Today we're going to do another video in our series of understanding your offer. You guys have been fantastic, and again, we're seeing kind of the same offer coming through over and over and over again. And I'm going to give you an example of one of those offers today. And my message today is stop signing these offers. You guys are nuts to sign these things. I'm going to show you why. Last week I had an offer that we went through that wasn't bad. There were some things I didn't care about it. I'm just going to tell you right up front, this one stinks. And this is what you guys are signing every day, all day. I'll preface this by saying this is one of the big companies, and this is where I really want to educate you guys on. There are better options than going with this company in a box that absolutely hides money from you, keeps money away from you, and doesn't put it in your pocket, which is last time I looked, you guys are the ones doing all the work. So let's take a look at this offer real quickly. They broke it down and actually blocked a lot of stuff out for us, which is great. But here's the nuts and bolts of it. This company is offering to pay on a 36-hour work week $15.53. They've been kind enough to extend it for us so we can actually see how much that is. Gosh, thanks a lot. They've given you a breakdown of the overtime pay. We're going to definitely talk a little bit about that for a while. Meals and incidentals, they basically are giving you a daily amount of $50 an hour. That seems like a random, arbitrary number. There's not a lot that are just at 50, so I would kind of guess that they're just pulling that out of the hat and saying, here's what it is, $350 a week, which is 50 times 7 days a week. And they've got a $2,200 a month housing stipend, which they've broken down in weekly. I didn't check the math on that, but I want to make sure they're actually breaking it down properly by taking this times 3, which would be $6,600, and then dividing it by 13 weeks. They probably have, because it's kind of a unique thing. They've taken some liberties in talking about what you should be making as far as net to gross, gross to net. I'm not going to get into that. They qualified themselves in saying, hey, we're not an accountant. But here's the nuts and bolts. So over here, I've gone ahead and written this down and actually put it in there so you can actually see the same thing. Here's what they've said. They're going to pay you $15.53 an hour, $350 a week, $2,200 a month. They've had the audacity to basically tell you that they're going to give you $23.30. And there's no travel involved in this one, which, again, the point of these discussions is not to tell you whether or not I think this is a good financial deal or not. That's up to you guys. The point of these things, and please don't beat me up about whether or not I'm saying this is a great deal or a rotten deal. That's not up for me to decide. What's up for me to do is to give you guys the power and the ability to be able to make a decision on whether or not this is right for you based upon the other offers you're seeing. The point of understanding your offers, what aren't you seeing? And we're going to go into that in pretty good detail here today. So let's do like we did last week. I know it's repetitive, but I think the more you see this, the better it's going to help you. We're going to break this down hourly. We've got, and let's do it here. They've already done this one for us. We've got $15.53 an hour, what they're calling taxable dollars. $350 a week divided by 36 hours a week is $9.72. This is taxable. We'll say this is tax-free. Now, I want you to notice one thing right off the get-go. The two of these figures together, by the way, equals $25. I'll just do the math here. And 25 cents. That's really your true, that's supposed to be a dollar sign, but I can't write because it's really early and I'm kind of amped up and angry about this offer I keep seeing, so bear with me. The total compensation that this company should be telling you is that this is $25.25, of which we're going to make $9.72 tax-free. They're not doing it that way. They're breaking it down this funky way. You notice that what's really odd to me right at the get-go is that the overtime rate they're offering is less than your compensation is. Now, bear with me for a minute and pardon my rant, but I don't know what it is about the travel nursing industry that travel nurses have decided that it's okay to allow a company to give you time and a half of a taxable rate only. In no other industry can you go ahead and take a tax advantage and somehow miraculously think that you're not going to get your full time and a half if you work over 40 hours a work week. But you guys have allowed companies to do this to you for years. Stop it. It's not the way it's supposed to be. And just because other companies do it doesn't mean that all companies do it. This compensation, again, not judging whether or not it's a good deal or not deal. If you are working over 40 hours a week, you should be taking this time 1.5 and you should be making $37.88 an hour, not $23.30. So stop signing contracts that the company is just keeping all this extra money. It's ridiculous. So okay, sorry I'm getting angry, but this is the trend, guys. And there are companies out there like ours and a few others that don't do this to you. Matter of fact, they put it in writing, like we do, that whatever this figure is, whether it's high or low, you're going to make time and a half of that for anything you work over 40 hours a work week. All right, let's continue on now that I've broken down my rant a little bit. $2,200 a month. Again, very simply, you take 2,200 times 3 months, or 6,600. You can divide that by our magical number on a 36-hour work week. 13 weeks times 36 equals 468. So 6,600 divided by 468 comes to $14.10 for your housing. That's how much the compensation is for housing. Obviously 25, 1410. This total compensation for this assignment, now that you guys have the tools to do that, is $39.35 total compensation. So now you can compare this offer to a company, let's say, that's giving you your housing. You would have to take this part out and decide if the $25.25 you make for this company is the same as a company that would be offering housing without it. Again, I'm not going to sit here and judge whether or not this is a good assignment or a bad assignment. That's up for you to decide. It looks low, but it could be in downtown San Diego. It could be in a place you really want to go to. It could be a place that doesn't have a high need right now. So, of course, a hospital is going to put a lower rate out there. Again, that's not the point of this exercise. The point is to understand what you're not seeing. And here's where we're going to go into that. Here's what you're not seeing. My question for you guys, I really want you to pause and think about this. This all makes sense, right? Okay, it's great. This is all predicated on a 36-hour work week. But I want to ask you, on that 37th hour, let's not go into overtime. I've already beat that up, I think, enough. But on your 37th hour, what's your compensation? Are they going to increase this? No. The $350 stays the same. You don't get this. Are you going to get more? Are you going to get another, $14.10 for that 37th hour? Nope. That stays the same. The only thing you're getting for a 37th hour is this, because the way they've outlined this, they're not saying it's $25.25 of which, per hour, of which we're going to make this much taxable and this much tax-free. They've blatantly said, here's how much you're getting paid hourly, and this is a weekly figure that doesn't change no matter how much you work over 36 hours. And here's a monthly figure that doesn't change no matter how much you work over 36 hours. Most of you guys work over 36 hours. The average travel nurse with our company works about 11 to 12% more, so closer to 39 and change, 39 and a half hours with, doing charting, doing changeover, doing shift change. So the fact is, with this company, what I can't stand about all these offers you guys are signing is that you're agreeing that for that 37th, 38th, 39th, and even the 40th hour, all you're going to make is $15.53. Let that sink in for a second, because it sinks in with me every day. It drives me nuts. I want to put my head through this wall that you guys keep absolutely signing these contracts that allow a company, by the way, when you give a company permission, you sign your name on this thing, you're telling a company, go ahead and do this to me. And you guys are doing it, I'm sure not you, because you guys are educated and you've been watching our videos. But a lot of your constituents and people that you're working with, that's what they're signing. And they're agreeing to do this. So now, this has become industry standard. I would challenge you to find a company like ours, call and work through a contract with somebody like us that says, hey, let's say I'll make it easy. Let's say it's a $30 an hour position that will put in writing, if it's $30 an hour, your overtime, your holiday, your callback will be paid to you at $45 an hour. This is the way most people get paid. If I were to work overtime, I would expect to be paid time and a half of my compensation. Why is it that you guys are consistently allowing companies and signing off on deals where you're not getting paid that full time and a half? Again, you should be making time and a half of this rate. They're keeping every bit of that. Again, I've said this before, I made a joke about it. They're not stealing it. They're just not giving it to you, which means you've allowed them to say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and sign this contract because this looks good, because in your mind you're thinking about 36 hours. But I want you to start thinking what happens even 15 more minutes. 15 more minutes, you're getting, 1/4 of this $9.72. Close to, over $2 you just lost because the company just kept it. These are the things that you guys are not seeing. These contracts that are so vague and that, look good because you're just kind of doing the math in your head based upon a normal 36-hour work week. And these companies are smart. Again, come back over here. This company is basically showing you, here's what's going to look like on 36 hours. What they're not showing you is hey, what does it look like on 39 hours? What's that look like? They're not that dumb, because that actually would show that you're not actually able to make anything but that 1553. Okay? I'm amped up. It's early. I've had a lot of coffee, but I literally was inundated by many of you with the same offer. Different ranges here. And again, this is not about who's making more money. That's up for you guys to decide. I don't think there should be an agency or another travel nurse that should tell you whether or not you should accept an offer for a high or low rate. We've talked about supply and demand. Sometimes assignments pay a lot of money, and sometimes those are just as scary as assignments that don't pay a lot of money, because there's reasons why they're paying so much. Again, topic for another discussion. But stop allowing companies to blatantly keep money that should be yours, or in a hidden way, keep money that should be yours. If you have any questions about this video, go back and re-look at it. Reread it again. I know I'm from the Midwest. I talk quick. My mind goes a little faster sometimes than my mouth can even go. So re-look at this video. And again, if you like our page, and I would advise you to do that, you're welcome to go back for a whole year and look at all the videos that we've done that are the educational ones that talk to you guys about how to really figure this stuff out. This is our gift from Meridian Medical Staffing to you guys, so you guys have better knowledge. And better knowledge means a better armed traveler, which means you can make better decisions. So we'll see you in a week, and keep sending these offers in. Send me ones that are good. I'd like to see a couple of those every once in a while. I can actually say it's a good offer. So we'll see you next week. Thanks, guys.